Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fantasy Football, and welcome to my video. I did mention on my previous video that I will be creating a video on a Thursday, so here it is. So I thought I will talk about the mayhem and the buzz that was happening just before the deadline for Game Week 30 plus. And of course, all of the games hasn't finished yet, but I wanted to give you guys like an updated video so you guys have something to watch. And yeah, let's go through it. I think what I'll do is quickly look at my team and how it's been performing, and we go through my team for Game Week 30. I think it's quite essential that we look at some of the possibilities and some of my moves. And you guys know me, I like to post a video out that is like up to date, so you guys have something to watch. And yeah, the other thing that I wanted to mention is you guys has been awesome. All this research that we have been doing, all this preparing, I mean, all of these videos are built, are built to prepare you, to prepare us with all the possibilities, with different strategies, different teams, different drafts. And you know what? It has paid off for a lot of FPL managers out there. And I want to thank you. And I want to thank you for this as well. The fact that this video that I created has got over 13,000 and nearly 400 likes is incredible to see. So thank you so much, guys. So let's have a look at my team, and I'm going to talk about a few changes that I made before the deadline, and I'll tell you guys why I made these changes. So for Game Week 30 plus, I got 68 points. Bench boost played, so a Game Week rank of 121k, and yeah, the overall rank right now is 155 from 251,000. So this is a great jump, and I still have a lot of players left. So this was my team setup. Now, just before the deadline, I made 4 changes. However, I did not touch the main players that I actually wanted in my team, like the Manchester City players, Wolves, Aubameyang, Fernandes. So I didn't want to touch the core members of my players, and I wasn't too worried about changing a few defensive options. So, new player is Norwood. Now, if you are following me on Twitter, and if you're on Twitter, you will know that there is a lot of gossip going around. And there was a source and gossips talking about Fleck being injured, and I think his name is O'Connell. Let me just double check his name. The other Sheffield United player, so you guys can see. Yeah, O'Connell. Another player that was out. So these 2 players came up on my feed, and I had to basically adjust. And that's what I did. And that's why I always say follow me on Twitter, guys, because that's when I will do my best to give you guys the best kind of outcome. So what I did was I removed Fleck and I just switched him over to Norwood, which is a 4.9 and only 0.9% owned. And we found out that Reina was not going to play. And I had Reina here, and I had to make a massive decision of going with Neyland, is that how you pronounce it? I just had to go for him. He's cheap, he's playing, and I can definitely bench him in Game Week 31. That's the kind of the idea I had. So I quickly removed him, and I bought in Target. I removed Lascelles. I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to go for this. I'm buzzing. I'm going to change things up just on the defense, so it's not really touching the core. And I bought in a Bulldog instead of Egan, so it's a little bit more expensive than Egan. I looked at his stats, 2 goals and 4 assists. And to be honest with you, it didn't really matter which kind of defenders that, you bought in the Sheffield United and in the Aston Villa team. Most of the players that we looked at, like Matt Target, Egan, Bulldog, all of these players were going to play anyway. And yeah, that's the changes that I made. And I was panicking, and when the team lineup came along, yeah, it was a relief. And as you can see, I got 2 Aston Villa defense giving me clean sheet points. That is incredible. a lot of FPL managers out there, like even me, but I did want at least one Aston Villa defense. You know, didn't want any players, any defensive players from Aston Villa in their team, and I can definitely understand. And to be honest with you, there was one situation where Norwood took a shot, and the goalkeeper, you know, Aston Villa goalkeeper, yeah, he pretty much put the ball over the line, and that wasn't given. But yeah, that was the situation. I removed 4 of my players, and I just changed a few things around, but I didn't touch the core. And the other 2 players, as you can see, Kevin De Bruyne. What an amazing player. 1 goal, took a penalty, an assist, and a clean sheet point, and the maximum free bonus point. Wow, 28 points. And as you can see, Aguero was on the bench. He came on. To be honest with you, he came on and he performed really well. He could have scored. He could have got another assist. And yeah, he got an assist for a lot of FPL managers out there who captained him. I feel sorry for Aubameyang. You know, we can't hate on him too much. It's just his team just did not perform. And to be honest with you, he is a player that we are afraid of and could give us that points that we need. And these fixtures that is coming up, I'm pretty sure that they will change that and they will score a lot of goals. But against Manchester City, it just didn't work. We brought him in just in case. Leno, a player that I brought in, did talk about him saving a lot of shots. And that's what he did. 9 saves, got 1 bonus point, 5 points there. I'm happy with that. I could have went for the Sheffield United goalkeeper, but I just didn't have the money and I didn't want to remove like any of my main players. So yeah, that was the idea there. Lundstrom with only 5. He received a yellow. Trent hasn't played yet, and Grealish with 3. I have a decent chance to gain a little bit more rankings. I think I'm around 19 points behind top 100k. That's the goal. I'm trying to get into it. And with like Ismail Sarr being 2.4. Let's see, Fernando, you know, 17% is still low, right? Raul Jimenez is quite expensive. Okay, that is not a problem. But I still got players like Norwood that is 0.9. That has an ability to do that. You know, even the Sheffield United players, let's just say they concede, but this player here actually gets the point. Bolly, only 3.3. People don't realize that I got a lot of differential. Matt Target, 2.5. You know, if any of these players actually gets an assist or goal, yeah, that's just going to be a massive, massive bonus. Jack Grealish, Trent, you know, these are the players that I just need in my team to kind of like not drop too low. It's just to kind of protect the rank. And now we will look at my team for game week 31 plus. So looking at my team, and my strategy was to basically build a team that is good enough for game week 30, which looks like it is. And for game week 31, I wouldn't say that I built a team for game week 31, the best team for this. I know that there's a few players that I could change that I don't really want. And that's what's going to happen. I need to make it into a balance. I can't really have that game week 30. I can't really get all the best players there and all the best players for game week 31. It just doesn't really work like that. Now, I have been looking at the free hit chip. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to use it. Doesn't mean I'm going to activate it. It's just something that I wanted to show you guys what I would love to have in my team for game week 31. I think it's quite essential that we look at that as well. The wildcard is a little bit different because you need to look at game week 31, 32, 33 maybe. But with a free hit chip, you can look at the players that you think that could definitely will bring some points for you. So what I thought I'll do is just, you know, show you guys some kind of draft that I just created. Now, I know there's a lot of FPL managers out there is looking into the wildcard drafts, and I can understand that because a lot of people's coming out from the game week 30 team to game week 31. You know, a lot of people's got a lot of Aston Villa, Sheffield United, and most people want to kind of get rid. And I can understand that. That's the kind of the plan that I had as well. But for me, I basically went with that balanced team, and then slowly I'll remove these players that I don't want. And that's still the case. I'm not saying that I'm going to use my wildcard on my free hit. I just want to give you guys an option. And with the free hit chip, I just wanted to show you guys some of the best players to kind of pick out from. Obviously, this is just like a first draft, and I will look into different kind of drafts and different team kind of strategies and all that stuff. You know, this is still my first kind of a draft looking into the free hit. I think it's quite essential that I look into this chip as well. Most of the chips that I've been looking at is the bench boost and the wild card. So let's talk about the free hit, and I'm pretty sure that this will give you some kind of idea what you might want to pick in your wildcard teams, because these players that I'm picking is the players that I think that is going to bring us the points in Game Week 31. Of course, this is still early days. I will definitely update it and give you guys better options once we finish Game Week 30. Of course, there'll be more information and a lot of things could change. So here we go. This is a quick team that I created. I'm not going to go through it all in detail, but I just want to show you guys like a rough idea. As you can see, I have the money there, and these two players here will be on my bench, Martin as well, but we got Dubraka, a Newcastle player, will be playing against Aston Villa in Game Week 31. Really good fixture for Newcastle. You got two of the Liverpool players, Trent and Mane. It's really up to you if you want to switch them around to Robertson or maybe get Salah instead of Mane. It's just going to be up to you. I brought in Mane because I think that if they do beat Everton, and then, you know, they got the chance to win the Premier League right at home. So they're going to be going all out. And I think having some of their players, at least two, might be a good option for them to kind of celebrate. And there might be a lot of goals just because of that. They'll be really up for it. So that's the kind of the mindset that I'm going with, that having two Liverpool. I might even add 3 Liverpool players, to be honest with you. I think they're definitely going to win it in that match in Game Week 31. De Bruyne, obviously, you guys just have to have him. Song, a player that is explosive, and you know, we just need to see how well he performs against Manchester United. Great fixture, you know, coming up for him as well. So maybe it might be good for the wildcarders instead of using a free hit. But great option for Game Week 31. Barnes, a cheap player, decent fixtures, and decent fixture in Game Week 31 at home against Brighton. I've been looking at him as well because of his price tag. There's quite a few players in this price tag that could do well, like Mason Mount and Ismail Sarr. So there is possibilities, but with Mason Mount, it's against Manchester City, sorry. So I doubt that he will bring some points. And we got the 2 Manchester United players here against Sheffield United. Do you know what? It could, you know, Sheffield United could do well. We don't know, but if Manchester United performs, these are the players, like Rashford as well, are the players that a lot of people are going to go for. And if I was free here, and to be honest, I would go for it as well. I don't know about getting 2, but it looks good enough. I think like Pukki could be another player. Jota, another player that could do well. And, you know, those are the players that you can pick out from. Obviously, this is early days. I just made this team today, and a lot of things, a lot of factors could come into it. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that the more I look at it, the more I'm going to be changing it. But it's just something to think about. You know, it's just something to think about. And I think it's quite good to kind of look into these things and then kind of prepare ourselves. You don't want to be in a situation where you're right at the end of the deadline and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. You know, it's good to look at these things. So these are some of the players that I would definitely will look into. But I think for me, I'm going to let Game Week 30 finish. And I might go for Kane. I might go for Rashford with 1 transfer. And then I might press that wildcard button in Game Week 32. If I get any injuries, If I feel like, oh my God, okay, I don't want to use my Sheffield United players and there's something, you know, there's problems with my players, then I might, yeah, activate the wild card and start switching my players around and setting up for game of 31, 32 and onwards. So that's the kind of the plan. And yeah, that is about it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for the amazing support. I hope this video has helped. I hope you guys like this kind of stuff. I just, you know, wanted to give you guys a little bit of update on the team. I wanted to give you guys a few information on, you know, the free hit chip, because I haven't really spoke about it, and what my plans are going to be. Right now, I'm going to sit back. Hopefully we can get 150 points. That will be incredible. And hopefully I can be in the top 100k. That will be even better. Thank you for the support. And the next video, if I have time, I can post a video Friday night or maybe Saturday morning. I will see. I'll let you guys know on my Twitter account. And that is about it. Thank you so much for joining, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it and enjoy your weekend. See ya.